I woke up while the day was forming, not ready, not late. There's a softness in beginnings that doesn't negotiate.
I stayed where the light rested before I learned my name. Some moments feel complete without asking to explain.
I didn't aim for clarity, I didn't chase a sign. I let the hours arrange themselves in their own quiet time.
There's comfort in steady motion when it doesn't prove a point. When the path keeps unfolding without being joy, we move with what continues.
We don't pull away,
for it feels familiar
at a gentle rate.
I notice how repetition turns warm instead of small, when effort loosens slowly and attention doesn't call.
I notice how the seconds lose their sharper edge when present stays consistent and nothing's pledged.
Steps fall into alignment, not taught, not refined. Just the body finding balance, one breath at a time.
Time doesn't ask permission, it doesn't speed or stop.
It stays exactly where it is, and that's enough for all. Energy doesn't rise, it drifts when resistance fades. If later the rhythm tightens and the calm feels thin,
I'll return to the simple motion
and settle in. The way we share the daylight without a sound, two voices steady on common ground. Not early, not late, just wait, letting the moment circulate.
I step into the morning slowly, no plan in my head. The day felt open and patient, like it wasn't ahead.
I stayed with a quiet rhythm before names appeared. Some clarity arrives when nothing is steered.
Oh, I didn't press for meaning,
I didn't frame the sound.
I let the moment circle where it naturally found.
There's ease in familiar movement when it doesn't compete, when progress feels optional and presence feels complete. We move with what repeats, we don't tighten the flow. Forward stays comfortable when we let it go. I notice how repetition starts feeling
the sharpest lines when time feels continuous instead of confined.
Steps land without instruction, not trained, not rehearsed. Just the body choosing balance over being first.
Time doesn't rush the edges,
It stays where it lands.
I follow or remain steady.
Instead of commands, energy doesn't push, it carries when nothing resists.
If later the rhythm tightens and the calm fades thin,
I'll return to this simple motion and breathe it in. The way we shared the movement without a sound. Two voices steady on open ground.
not fast,
Not slow,
just awake.
letting the day unfold.
I entered the day without a signal, no cue to follow through. The light felt patient, like it already knew. I stayed where the morning lingered, before the world sped up. Some moments hold their balance
When you don't interrupt, I didn't trace the outcome, I didn't mark the time. I trusted the gentle pattern that keeps its own line. There's comfort in steady movement when it doesn't ask for more. When progress feels optional and presence is the core. We move with what repeats, we don't push or explain. Forward feels familiar when effort loosens its chain. I notice how repetition starts breathing on its own when you stop demanding answers from every tone.
I notice how attention can soften and stay, like listening to a feeling that fades then finds its way.
Steps align without counting, not trained, not rehearsed. Just the body choosing ease over being first.
Time doesn't bend the edges,
It rests where it lands. I follow what remains steady instead of commands. Energy doesn't climb, it flows where nothing sits.
if later the rhythm tightens and the calm feels thin, I'll return to this simple motion and breathe it in. The way we shared the hours without a sound, two voices steady on open ground.
Not early, not late, just awake, letting it circulate.
I woke up before the story formed, before the day had weight. The quiet felt unfinished, in the best possible way.
I stayed with the open seconds when nothing has to be done. Some mornings feel complete before they've begun.
I didn't outline the hours,
I didn't set the pace.
I trusted what kept repeating without leaving a trace.
There's easy familiar movement when it isn't rehearsed,
when the body stays present and the mind doesn't search. We move with what continues, we don't try to decide. Forward stays comfortable when nothing's denied.
I notice how repetition turns steady, not small. When you stop asking meaning from every call.
I notice how attention can
Soften and stay,
like listening to a moment that doesn't need a name.
steps arrive already placed,
Not planned, not refined,
just the rhythm of balance, keeping time.
time doesn't rush the edges, it doesn't pull away.
It rests where it is and lets me stay.
Energy doesn't build, it holds when effort releases.
If later the pace sharpens and the calm feels thin,
I'll return to the simple motion,
and breathe it in.
the way we shared the silence without a sound. Two voices steady on even ground. Not fast, not slow, just awake,
Letting the moment flow.
I woke up while the city was quiet, not asleep, not awake. There's a space in between those moments that feels easy to take.
I stay with that gentle motion before the day chose speed. Some mornings move better when nothing needs to lead.
I didn't check the direction, I didn't set a tone. I followed what kept repeating, like it already knew the road.
There's comfort in steady movement when it doesn't explain, when the rhythm keeps breathing without asking for change. We don't pull the moment closer, we don't push it away. Forward stays familiar when we let it stay.
I notice how repetition
Starts feeling warm when you stop expecting progress from every form.
I notice how
Tension can open and rest, like being fully present without doing your best.
steps fall into an order, not learn, not plan. Just the body remembering how to land.
Time doesn't ask permission, It keeps its own pace. I move with what's consistent and trust the space. Energy doesn't rush, it settles when effort steps down. If later the tempo tightens and the calm feels thin, I'll come back to the simple motion and begin again. The way we share the movement without a sound. Two voices steady on common ground.
Not early, not late,
just awake at an easy rate.
I didn't open the day with intention. It opened itself, like something that didn't need my permission or help.
I stay with the quiet motion before thoughts formalize. There's a clarity in moments that don't try to define.
I let the rhythm stay gentle, not sharp, not wide. Some mornings feel honest when nothing is amplified. I didn't label the feeling, I didn't ask it to stay.
I let it move through the seconds and arrange the day.
We move with what continued,
we don't correct the pace.
Forward feels lighter when nothing is chased. I notice how attention can soften in its hold, like listening to movement
without needing control. Steps arrive already balanced, not learned, not rehearsed. Just the body choosing ease over the need to be first. Time doesn't lean forward, it doesn't pull behind. It stays exactly where it is, and I move in time.
Energy doesn't rise, it flows when effort releases.
If later the tempo tightens and the calm fades, then I'll return to this simple motion and breathe it in.
The way we shared the morning
without a sound.
Two voices steady
on open ground. Not faster, not slow, just a letting the hours go.
Woke up with the window open, not to see, just to feel the way the air keeps moving without asking what is real.
Stayed in that small beginning before the day took shape. There's a softness in the first minutes that doesn't try to escape.
I didn't schedule the moment, I didn't sharpen the sound. I let the morning find its balance where the calm was found.
Some days don't need direction, they already know the way. They move like a quiet promise that doesn't need to stay.
We don't pull the rhythm closer, we don't push it away, for it keeps its meaning when we let it stay.
I notice how repetition turns warm instead of dull when you stop demanding change from the beautiful.
I notice how attention can rest and still remain, like standing in a movement without trying to explain.
Steps fall into a pattern, not trained, not rehearsed. Just the body choosing ease over the urge to be first. Time doesn't rush the edges, it doesn't ask for speed. It stays exactly where it is, and I follow what I need. Energy doesn't rise, it gathers when effort lets go.
If later the tempo tightens and the calm feels thin, I'll return to this simple motion and settle in the way we shared the morning. Without a sound, two voices steady on common ground. Just away at an honest pace. I stepped into the morning gently, no rush in my breath. The air felt open and forgiving, like it expected less.
I watch the hours arrive softly without asking me why. Some days don't need direction, they just move by.
I didn't sharpen every second, I didn't frame the sound. I let the rhythm settle where it found the ground.
There's comfort in the ordinary when it isn't explained, in letting the moment happen without trying to change.
We move with what continues, we don't pull away, for it feels like time doesn't rush the edges, it stays consistent. I follow what remains steady instead of resistance. Energy doesn't rise, it settles when nothing insists. If later the pace narrows and the calm pulls away, I'll return to this motion and reset the day. The way we stay connected without a sound, two voices steady on common ground. Not faster, not slow, just awake, letting the hours flow.
I woke up without a headline, no reason to define. The day felt wild and patient, like it wasn't in a hurry for time. I stayed where the light man did, before the noise could speak. There's a comfort in beginnings that don't explain what they mean.
I didn't measure the minutes, I didn't count the cost. Some mornings move smoother, but nothing's lost. I put in and find me instead of resting right. The body knows direction when the mind steps aside. We don't force the motion, we don't ask it to wait. Forward feels natural at a comfortable way.
I notice how repetition turns gentle over time. An effort loosens its grip, and the movement aligns.
I notice how attention can rest and still remain, like holding space for a feeling without giving it a name.
Steps around already placed, I learned, not rehearsed. Just the ease of continuing without going first. Time doesn't open or close,
It stays where it is. I follow the consistency and what the rest miss. Energy doesn't rise, it settles and nothing resists. If later the pace tightens and the calm feels thin,
I come back to this movement.
and start again within. The way we move together without a sound, two voices steady on even ground, not early or late, just so wait.
I didn't wake up chasing clarity, it wasn't waiting for me. The day arrived already balanced, like it knew what it should be.
I stay with the quiet longer than I usually allow. Some mornings feel stronger when you don't rush them out.
I let the hours organize themselves without my help. There's a calm and trust in motion over trying to control.
I don't sharpen every feeling, I don't name every sound. I let the rhythm carry me while the world turns around. We don't force the rush,
We don't slow the
pace, for it stays comfortable when nothing's chased.
I notice how repetition stops feeling the same when you stop asking questions about change.
Can rest without holding on.
How being present
Doesn't mean staying strong.
steps land without effort, not habit, not fear.
Just a body remembering why it's here.
Time doesn't lean forward, it doesn't pull back.
It stays consistent and I follow that.
Energy doesn't build, it settles when resistance leaves. If later the tempo tightens and the noise comes in, I'll return to this movement
And reset within.
the way we enter the day, without a demand. Two voices steady in the same calm span, not early,
Not early, not late. Just awake at a natural rate. Not late, not late. Just awake at a natural rate.
I didn't arrive with answers, I arrived with time. The day didn't ask me questions, it just stayed in line.
I noticed how the minutes didn't lean or fall. They moved like they were comfortable, doing nothing at all.
I don't sharpen the edges, I don't slow the pace. I let the hours settle into
Their place. There's a quiet strength in choosing not to rearrange what already knows how to stay.
We move with what's consistent, we don't interfere. Forward feels lighter when nothing's steer. I feel how motion steadies when I stop asking why. The body keeps its balance without reply.
I don't name the direction, I don't draw a line. I trust the way it keeps going over time.
Steps repeat without memory.
Not a habit, not a will, just a rhythm continuing The day doesn't wait to open, it's already wide. I step inside the movement and let it guide. Energy doesn't start, it holds when effort steps aside. If later the tempo pulls and the calm feels thin, I'll return to the simple motion and begin again. The way we stayed aligned without a sound, two voices steady on even ground. Not searching, not fixed, just awake and moving with it.
I opened the day halfway, didn't wait for it to start. Some things feel lighter when you don't push them apart.
I listen to the space around me, not the thoughts inside. The quiet kept its balance, and so did I.
I didn't map the hours, I didn't set a tone. I followed what was steady and let the rest go.
There's ease in small decisions, like choosing where to stand when movement feels familiar without a plan.
We don't hurry the moment, we don't slow it down. Forward keeps its shape when we stay unbound. I feel how repetition turns gentle with time, when effort steps back and the rhythm aligns. I notice how attention doesn't need to hold, it can rest in motion and still be whole.
Steps arrive already placed, not counted, not forced, just the body finding its natural course.
The day doesn't promise, it doesn't pretend, it keeps unfolding without an end.
Energy doesn't announce, it remains when nothing resists.
If later the pace sharpens and the calm feels thin, I'll return to this movement and settle in.
The way we stay connected without a sound, two voices moving on even ground.
Not waiting, not late, just present, at an easy rate. I didn't wake up chasing anything, the day was already there, like a sentence missing words that still made sense.
I stayed with the first few seconds before names appeared, where nothing tried to matter, and that felt clear.
I let the pace choose me instead of the other way. Some mornings work better
When you don't leave,
I didn't frame the feeling or decide its shape.
I trusted what kept moving without escape. We move with what's consistent, not fast, not slow. Forward stage, gentle when there's room to go. I notice how repetition stops feeling the same when you stop asking if you've changed. I notice how the hours lose their edge when attention isn't being stretched. Steps fall into alignment, not planned, not trained, just the body remembering what feels sane. The moment doesn't announce itself, it doesn't explain, it just keeps happening again. Energy doesn't convince, it settles when effort steps aside.
If the rhythm tightens later and the noise returns,
I'll come back to this movement, I know where it turns. The way we stayed in motion without a demand. Two voices steady, not needing a plan. Not searching, not sure, just the way and moving forward. I stepped into the day unfinished, no outline, no demand. The quiet didn't try to teach me, it just held my hand. I noticed how the hours didn't push or pull. They moved like they already knew what would feel full. I don't sharpen every moment, I don't smooth the edges out. There's a comfort in the middle when nothing shouts. I let the morning find its balance without my help. Some things settle easier when left to themselves. We keep moving without pressure, without a finish line. Forward feels natural when time isn't defined. I hear the space between the sounds more than the sound itself. Like the room is breathing for someone else. I don't label what I'm feeling, I don't need it clear. If it fits the moment, it can stay right here. Steps repeat without effort, not memory, not will, just the body choosing to stay still in motion. The day opens gradually, not all at once. I follow what's consistent instead of response. Energy doesn't arrive, it continues, like something we never lost. If later the rhythm bends and the pace feels tight, I'll come back to this simple place and reset the light. The way we started moving without needing to know. Two voices steady, letting the hours flow. Not early, not late, just present at a comfortable rate.
woke up somewhere between a thought and a sound. Nothing pulling me forward, nothing holding me down. I stayed where the moment didn't ask for a name, just a quiet agreement to start the day the same.
I don't rush the beginning, I don't wait for a sign. I let the hours arrange themselves in their own time. There's a comfort in movement when it isn't explained, when you trust the direction without knowing the frame.
We don't force the rhythm, we step into it slow. Forward feels lighter when we let it flow. I notice the space between what I do and what I plan. How the body keeps moving when the mind understands. I don't fix what's unfinished, I don't smooth every line. Some things feel better when left undefined. Steps repeat without effort, not habit, not fear. Just a simple kind of motion that keeps me here.
Time doesn't rush or wait, it just stays consistent, and I follow the balance instead of resisting.
Energy isn't louder, it's clearer, when nothing is pushed and nothing is missing. If the pace shifts later and the noise comes back, I remember this feeling and reset the track. The way we enter the day without a demand, two voices moving at the same calm span. Not fast, not slow, just awake and ready to go.
Morning comes in quietly, not asking anything from me. Light finds the edges of the room like it knows exactly where to be. I sit with the sound of breathing, let the world wake up slow. There's no need to hurry the feeling, I already feel the flow. Coffee, steam, open window, street sound soft and wide. Every little moment tells me I don't need to hide. I walk out into the daylight with nothing heavy on my mind. Each step lands where it should, right on time. I'm not fixing what's broken, I'm not searching for a sign. I let the rhythm of the morning draw a simple line. Piano speaks in warm colors, easy chords, open space, like a conversation that doesn't need a phrase. Saxophone breathes between notes, slow, human, slightly rough. It doesn't try to impress me, it just feels enough. There's a calm inside the movement when I stop trying to lead, when I trust the quiet pulse under everything I need. I don't rush rush into the future. I don't pull the past along. I stay right here in motion, where the day feels strong. Some mornings feel lighter, some carry a little weight, but I don't fight the balance, I let it oscillate. Good energy isn't loud, it doesn't knock or shout. It arrives like a soft idea when doubt fades out. I move with a gentle confidence that doesn't need a name. Nothing to prove, nothing missing, nothing I need to claim. If this feeling drifts later, I know where it begins, in the sound of a quiet morning, in the space within. So I breathe in what feels honest, I let the rest pass by. I walk forward, steady and open, under a waking sky.
Your morning doesn't ask the way in, it just opens the light. I get yours, I'll remember myself if I give it the time. I stand where the air feels honest, I can't sleep in the street, where nothing expects me to hurry, and my thoughts slow at their feet. I used to wake up already running, already behind. Now I let the day come closer before I decide. There's a softness in being birdie before the world explains, before the noise starts naming every joy, every pain. Piano falls, they clear water, simple, warm and wide. Not trying to leave the feeling, just walking beside. Your saxophone bends the silence, breathing curves into sound, like a voice that doesn't interrupt, but knows how to stay around. I don't need just roaming louder, I don't need it fast. Already resting my body, let it last. I notice the way light changes on the same old wall, how something familiar can still feel new at all. I'm not fixing the past anymore, I'm not rehearsing what's next. I stay in this quiet space where saxophone sighs, in the way this morning taught me to open my eyes.
I wake up slow with the morning light, breathing in, everything feels right. No rush now, I got time. Every step falls into line. Soft wind moving through my mind, leaving all the weight behind. I don't chase, I don't fight, I just flow into the night. Good energy all around me. Feel it rising, feel it free. Every moment gently reminds me this is where I'm meant to be. Good energy, calm and clear. In my heart I keep it near. No fear left, no doubt inside. I'm aligned, I'm alive.
Golden thoughts, easy pace, peace reflected on my face. What I need is already here. I let go, the path is clear.
Heartbeat steady, slow and true. Everything returns to you. I trust the silence, trust the sound. I'm grounded while I'm floating now. Good energy all around me. Feel it rising, feel it free. Every moment gently reminds me this is where I'm meant to be. Good energy, calm and clear. In my heart I keep it near.
No fear left, no doubt inside. I'm aligned, I'm alive. No more waiting and no more sign. This moment is already mine. Light within, soft and strong. I've been here all along.